everyone, welcome to Mudvayne Rank and Review. Excuse any random background noise. So, as you know, Mudvayne, they returned last year, did a couple of shows, and they've recently announced more tours. They're playing with Rob Zombie, Static X, I think, maybe Dope as well. It's gonna be killer. They're doing really good with a US tour. They could announce more places to go. Will we get a new song? Or are we gonna get a new album? It'll be cool. They're back in the paint, as they said would return. So let's go back. They began in the mid-90s and released Kill I Order, their first little taste of who they were. Now, Sean Barclay was their original bassist, and then Ryan Martini joined, and we got LD50 in 2001. Now, Kill I Order is rare. You can purchase it for about $700. But Mudvayne did something which Slipknot didn't do, and that was reissue Kill I Order as the beginning of things to come. Well, beginning of things to end. And that was released in 2003. So I'm going to start with my least favorite, A New Game. It's got some good songs, like the title track, A New Game. It's awesome. But I just really couldn't get a grasp of this album. Of course, it's got Doll Boy. You know, that's a popular favorite song. They had a video contest. You know, shoot your own music video and it be used. They narrowed it down to a couple of winners. So there's a couple of different versions of the Doll Boy video clip, which is really cool. So it was the green screen test and all that. Some people use concert footage, and a couple of people even dressed up as Mudvayne members, and the video we got was quite interesting. Some parts having a hospital, a psych ward, and footage of band members doing stuff and the fans. So yeah, but other than that, I don't really feel too much about A New Game. So this will shock you, but here is that reissue of Kill I Order, which I call the Red Album. Now, it's not really a red album, but look at that cool symbol. The heart rate monitor with Mudvayne in there. Then you got the M in the corner there. So, you know, it is more or less self-titled. And this is a great addition to your collection. Like, when this was released, people thought, wow, they got a new album out? But, no, it was just a reissue of their first ever release. If you have that, hey, that's awesome. You know, $700 worth of a rare independent release, but when this came around, it's all like, oh, damn. Though, it's pretty cool. It's got really awesome song called Fear, and then there's Cole, then there's a couple of live tracks. The bass is very different. On the opening song, like, it's pretty progressive. Like, there's a few parts where they let the bass breathe, and it's like, doo, 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 doo. Like, Sean Barkley isn't a prominent player like Ryan, but hey, he still did pretty good on this release, and I like it. It's a classic in its own right. And yeah, so they were progressing forward, and then to fill in time and tie us over, they gave us that. And fans of the Nine have been petitioning for a reissue of Make, Feed, Kill, Repeat, but for now, we're waiting for their new album and anticipating Mudvayne to release a new album. Will they go back to their LD 50 days? Maybe end of things to come? We'll have to wait and see. Because we're determined. We're digging it. Now, it's not the White Album, but Mudvayne's self-titled release, which came out in 2009. There was no promotion, there was no tour. This is just the offcuts from when they were doing the new game. I like this one better because it's got heavier, darker songs. There's a couple of slower progressive rock songs, a ballad. You got Beautiful and Strange. You have Scream With Me, Scarlet Letters. Those tracks. Now, this did come with a black light, and it's got this weird, crazy fly thing, but the black white light was a bit faulty, was with my copy. There's no alternative cover, so you can't switch the booklet out to have the cover, at least I don't think, but yeah, it's all white, so hey, Mudvayne, they're influenced by the Beatles. But yeah, if you wanted to read any lyrics, you'll need the black light because it's just nothing. So it was a pretty cool concept. And yeah, I think that album's better than the new game. They sort of went back to their first two major releases. And it works. There's some great songs on there. But where they turned around and started moving forward was Lost and Found. We got determined. We got happy. We got fall into sleep and forget to remember. See, I forgot. Then I remembered. So those made songs in IMN. And I'm just doing another check here. All That You Are is pretty good. Choices. That is great. Great song. So yeah, Lost and Found. Personally, the band's third best. If self-titled had a fair competitor as far as music and progression goes, I'd say it probably would win. Like, it's such an underrated album, but I'm more used to Lost and Found. Though, hey, it was close, right? Self-titled was almost there. It almost topped Lost and Found. But there was just a little something missing. Though, now this was a really tough choice. I love this album. It was the start of progression, Silenced, Not Falling, World So Cold, Mercy, Severity, Perversion of the Truth, and Shadow of a Man, And then, of course, the end of all things to come. The title track. Iconic cover. This is on note as the band's Black Album because of the blacky cover, the symbol, and we got a great live DVD when that came along. And Not Falling is featured on Ghost Ship. So yeah, Mudvayne's released 2 great live DVDs, and yeah, great filming to capture their craziness. And of course, LD50 is number 1. That haunting cover, the DNA chemical thing, the baby. I'm gonna say the baby was asleep. Mudvayne are dark, so they probably will have intended the concept for the baby to of being passed away, but reality, they just probably had the baby just asleep, took a photo. Maybe it's a fake baby, but iconic cover, or should I say the infamous cover. A little bit controversial on release, same with the back cover, but this is a great album. Dig, Internal Primates Forever, -1, Death Blooms, Prod, Cradle, all the little interludes. This album handled the interludes better than Slipknot's We Are Not Your Kind. Why am I referencing the 9 again? Because Sean Clown Crayon was a producer on LD50. Yep. So the Vane and the Knot have a bit of a connection going. Now, Mudvayne did drop the face paint because they were getting unfair comparisons to Kiss. And some people were like, oh, look, they're trying to be like the 9. They're trying to be like the Knot. How do you confuse face paint with masks? But Mudvayne had done their theatrics for a while, for a long time, surgical gear, other things. Paint was always the idea, but they scrapped the face paint because they didn't like the comparisons to Kiss. But they brought the paint back, which is awesome. Will they keep it going for a potential new album? Who knows? Like in the New Game music video, they wore face paint, so they always had it. And you know what's up. You know what's next. Next is Carcass. Get ready to rot and roll. And I'll scare you later.